Let's do some yoga. Good morning for everybody who's just popping in. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jess. This is 45 minutes of Power Flow, and we're gonna really kind of tune in to the idea of balance today. And that can be very literal and sort of tangible in the body, balance, like standing and balancing postures. But it can also be more subtle, and it can be the idea of balance in your life, or even in your approach to entering and exiting postures on the mat. And my mom is in class, so she's gonna laugh and know this about me, but I tend to be like my father in the sort of all or nothing way of living. And so balance is something that I'm constantly working on. And I find that the yoga practice really helps remind me of balance, of the middle path, right? We don't have to dive off the deep end every time. So however that might show up for you today in your practice, I invite you to set an intention around balance. This also shows up in the Yoga Sutras, which are written verses hundreds and hundreds of years old that are sort of a guidebook to yoga, if you will, in a very not exact definition. But in those Yoga Sutras, they say stiram sukham asanam, which can be translated as sort of steadiness and ease in your asana. Asana meaning your poses, the physical practice of yoga. Some people say strength and stillness, steadiness and sweetness, lots of those concepts, but all of it sort of circling around balance. So as we move today, move with that idea of balance. Good, let's take a few more breaths here, just seated. And match your inhale to your exhale, thereby balancing the breath. You might count the inhale in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Let's take a few more breaths like that. As you're ready, go ahead and blink the eyes open. Stretch your arms up nice and tall. Really spark the energy out your fingers. Shrug your shoulders up and drop them down to softness. Good. And then right hand down, left hand reaches over. Take a big side body stretch. Rise on the inhale. Stretch the other side. Rise up, inhale. Take a little twist, one hand back, one hand across the front. Inhale up through center, reach tall. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, rise to center, reach up. Drop your hands back behind you, lean back into it, open the front of your body. Rise on the inhale. Forward fold, stretching the back of the body. So right there in these first movements, we've started to find balance between sides, between front and back. Good. Bring yourself all the way back up and come on over to all fours. We'll take hands shoulder width apart, knees are hips width apart, and a few cat-cows here. Inhale, look up. Exhale, rounding it out. Inhale. Exhale, one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then come to a neutral spine. Get a little strong here. Belly button in and up, hands kind of pushing down into the mat. Take your right hand, reach it straight forward, and then extend the left foot back. Let the toes dig into the mat to start. Really stretch into the calf muscles. And then we'll play with balance. Lift the left leg in line with the hips. A really helpful tool for your balance is your gaze. Where are you looking? So as much as possible when balancing, pick one steady spot that's not moving and lock your focus in on that one point. Your drishti or your gaze is quite helpful. Good, go ahead and lower that side down. Let's take the left hand forward. Extend the right toes back. Dig them into the ground for a minute. Press through your heels, stretch the calf. And then lift the right leg in line. Breathe here. Release everything down. Take a cat-cow, find center again. Come back to neutral. Take the right hand forward again. The left foot will extend back in line with the hips. And this time, bend your back knee. Reach your right arm back. See if you can grab a hold of the left foot. And then holding on here, start to stretch yourself open. With every inhale, you might grow a little bit bigger. Every exhale, you find a little softness, release a little something. 2 more times, breathe in, get big. Exhale, get soft. And then let that side go. Left hand reaches forward, right foot extends back. Bend the knee, reach back, grab a hold of that foot. Holding on, 3 big breaths here. Open yourself up. And then as you're ready, let it all go. We'll drop back to child's pose for a moment. Hips to heels, forehead down toward the mat. Take a nice big breath deep down into your body. And exhale it all out. Good. Rise up into a down dog. Let yourself wiggle around into it a little bit. Pedal the knees, shake out your head. And in this pose of down dog, can you find balance between effort in the legs and the hips and effort in the shoulders and the arms? Spread the work out so that it's not causing suffering in one part of the body or one muscle group. All the muscles come to play in this. Give that one more big, huge breath. And exhale. And then look forward and tiptoe your feet up to your hands, folding in half toward the top of the mat. On an inhale, lift halfway up, flatten your back. Exhale, fold and soften. Rise up on your inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a nice big inhale. And exhale. On an inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, dive forward all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And then hands press down, feet step back, high push up. Look forward, lower to low push up, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take 3 breaths in your down dog. On the exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step or hop your feet to hands, halfway lift. Flatten out your back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, reach tall. And exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, dive down. Halfway lift. Hands down, feet step or float back, high push up down to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Just 2 breaths this time, in and out. Inhale. Exhale, bend those knees, look forward. Inhale, feet to hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Stand up, inhale. Exhale, dive right back down. We're picking up our pace, getting things moving. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. Just 1 breath. Inhale. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. Inhale, feet to hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in half. Stand up tall, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Pause here. Take a quick moment, check in with yourself. Notice your breath flowing. Notice where you feel the work starting to show up in the body, some heat building. Good. And then let's sit down, chair pose. So squeeze the knees together, reach the arms long, breathe right there. Good. This pose is really a good place to explore balance in the sense of effort and ease. Because to me, it's all effort, right? My instinct here is to just like grit my teeth and bear it. But is there anywhere you could soften? Is there anything that can just find a little bit of ease? Give it 1 more breath. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands down, feet step or float back. We're finding our way back to down dog. In your down dog, take a huge breath in. Exhale it out. Lift your right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, try to touch your knee to your nose. And then step your foot in between your hands. Make sure your feet are on separate train tracks here. Take them wide enough apart and rise up to your high lunge. Breathe here. Finding balance here might be about building the stabilizer muscles that hold the knee on top of the ankle. It might be about tipping the pelvis, pulling in the abs a little bit. Reaching the chest higher as you sink a little lower into the legs. 1 more breath. Exhale, hands down, find your way back to your down dog. You can flow, or you can just press up and back. Breathe in. Exhale. Left foot reaches up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that foot between your hands. Again, the feet are organized on separate paths, and you rise up. Breathe steady and strong in this lunge. The legs are powerful and strong, big muscle groups. The shoulders can stay soft and easy. You can erase the scowl that might be creeping in between the eyebrows. Good, 1 more breath, lift higher. Exhale, hands down, and take yourself back to down dog. Together, breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. Inhale, feet to hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, big toes touching, sit down, chair pose, reach those arms long. Stay with it, stay with that strength. 2 more breaths here, maybe look up, lift that energy higher. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, feet step or float back, finding down dog once again. Nice big inhale and a huge exhale. Lift the right leg up and back. And then exhale, touch knee to nose. Step the right foot forward. High lunge, exactly like we did before. This time we'll add on. So we pull the abs in strong. Support your torso as you lean forward. And then rise to a warrior three. A very obvious balance because we're standing on one leg. We also want to balance the hips, both pointing down toward the mat. Balance the breath in and out. Give yourself 2 more breaths here, please. And then gracefully step back to your high lunge. Inhale, lift your chest high. Exhale, hands down and go back to down dog. Take a big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale the left foot up and back. Step it forward. High lunge, rise up. Tipping the torso forward. Strong and steady, rise up into your warrior three. The back foot is flexed, toes pointing at the mat. Fingertips reaching out long in front of you. Notice the strength of your back, of your front, of your standing leg. You've got this. 2 more breaths. Step it back with control. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, hands down and back to down dog. From your down dog, take a great big breath in and a great big breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Good. We're going to take some fire floats here. If that's in your practice, go ahead and get started. If this is something newer to you or you don't know what I'm talking about, in down dog, bend your knees, look forward. We're working on balance, moving into the hands. So you press those hands down and you take a little jump and land back in your down dog with bent knees. Try to do 5 of them. Eventually, you may hold a little bit longer until it turns into a handstand someday. They can be little hops. They do not have to be big at all. You're building strength. You're building familiarity with the sensation of balancing upside down on your hands. Awesome. When you're ready, find child's pose for a moment. Good. Really nice. I like seeing everybody out there giving it a shot. In your child's pose, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rise to down dog, nice and easy. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or float feet to hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up, reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Notice again, how are you feeling? Those fire floats get the heart going. You might feel it kind of really pounding in your chest. Bring balance back to the body, feeding in the big inhales and exhales. Good. Let's take a balancing pose with the feet hips width apart. I'll turn so you get a front view of me. So feet hips width apart, legs nice and parallel to the front, arms reach up. Nothing too fancy to start here, just lift the heels. Let your gaze be out front, somewhere on something not moving. And then make sure that breath is equally in and out. We'll add on if you'd like by simply closing your eyes. Take 3 more breaths. Perfect, yes, sight helps balance. Okay, we just established that. Shake yourself out a little bit. Let's take a tree pose. Stand tall on your left leg. Hug the right knee up to your chest. Open to the side, grab a hold of your foot. Let it be at thigh, calf, or ankle. Open that right knee out and back. Hands can be at the heart. There's a sense of finding balance and center here when right hand and left hand meet at the middle and equally push against one another. The standing leg and the foot meet and push into one another, no matter where the foot is on the leg. And then if you'd like to add, go ahead and grow the arms open. Go ahead and close your eyes if you'd like. 3 more breaths. Very nice. Bring yourself back down. And we'll go right into the other side. Stand strong on the right leg. Hug the left knee up, open, and into tree pose. Find center right there at your heart, hand to hand, foot to leg, crown of the head high. If you'd like, play with the arms growing open. And then 3 more breaths with that option to close the eyes. Be careful if you're closing the eyes and falling. Good, come on down. Shake yourself out a little bit. Good, let's balance all that stillness with a little more movement. Step to the top of your mat, inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands down, feet back. Make your way to down dog, however you choose to move to get there. And then big breath in and out. Right leg reaches up and back. Exhale, touch knee to nose. Step your foot between your hands. High lunge, rising up. Tip your strong torso forward. Fly to that warrior 3. This time you can stay right here or drop your hands to the ground, standing split. Another option here, playing with your balance, is to take one hand or both hands to your right ankle and breathe. We'll take 3 more breaths here. And then bending into the right leg, step back, high lunge, reach up tall, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat and back to down dog. Big inhale here. And exhale. Left leg reaches up and back so long. Exhale, touch knee to nose. Step it forward, high lunge. You know where we're going. Tip the torso forward, fly to your warrior 3. Breathing here, hands can drop to the ground, standing splits. Option to play with the balance of taking one hand to the left ankle, or maybe both. Stepping back, high lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands down, down dog, here we come. Once again, 5 breaths in down dog, or take 5 more of those fire floats, getting the heart pumping. We'll bend the knees, look forward, float, and land back with the knees bent. As you float, and I should say, it might not be so floaty for some of us, right? With time and with control of the muscles, it becomes floatier. Try to land as quietly as you can, and that happens by bending the knees, engaging the core, and practice. When you're ready, child's pose. These look great. Stretch yourself out in a child's pose. Breathe deep down into your body. And empty it out. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Let's go to down dog when you're ready. Breathe. Bend the knees, look forward. Step or float, feet to hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in half. Stand up tall, reach for the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. Big breath in. Big breath out. All right, let's play with a little more balancing postures, but we'll flow together with a few things in combination. So stand tall on your right leg. Hug the left knee up towards your chest. Instead of going to tree pose this time, bring your hands to your heart and pull your heel in like you're trying to kick yourself in the butt. And then lean forward, and as slow and controlled as you can go, find that warrior three pose. Good, extend the arms out long in front of you, still breathing. And then turn that into your standing split, hands down, left leg is high, breathe. Option to stay right here or press the palms into the mat, shift some of the weight into those hands, and maybe you rise up onto your right tippy toes or take a few hops toward handstand. Little by little, you combine all the things that you've been working, and one day it turns into a handstand. One more breath wherever you are. And then step that left foot all the way back. Rise up, high lunge. Breathe here, big inhale. Big exhale, hands down. Find your way back to down dog. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Bend those knees, look forward, step or hop. Feet to hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Same thing, other side. Here we go. Stand on the left leg. The right knee lifts up. With the strength of your hamstrings and your glutes, try to kick your right heel in towards your bum. Tip your torso forward, slowly, slowly, slowly. Extend, warrior three. Take a breath. Allow the hands to drop, standing splits, that right leg is soaring up in the air. Breathe here. Or option to press into the palms again and take a few of your handstand hops. Wherever you are, you're breathing. And hopefully still honoring that intention of practicing with balance. Sometimes it's fun to push into your edge and explore new territory. Sometimes it's fun or needed to back off. Take care of yourself first and foremost. Nice, you're a very handstandy bunch. Look at you all upside down. All right, when you're ready, step back, high lunge. Inhale, arms up, reach tall. Exhale, hands to the mat and find your way to down dog. Five breaths in down dog, or 5 more chances at those fire floats. Listen, if you're in your home or somewhere where you have a blank wall that you're not going to break a hole in, feel free to turn your body and use that wall as kind of a security blanket to practice those fire floats. You might tap the back of your sacrum against the wall. It could look something like this. We'll see if it happens for me today. There it is. And little by little, that little safety blanket of the wall is really empowering if you're worried about flipping over, because if the wall is there, you're not going to flip over. Awesome. When you're ready, child's pose. Breathe. 5 breaths in this child's pose this time. Smooth out the breath, the rough edges. All right, and then from here, let's take some camel pose as our back bend. So lift yourself up onto your knees. If you'd like extra padding, you can always grab your mat and double it up, or throw a towel or something underneath your knees. Your knees are hips width apart. Your feet are straight back behind you. Try not to let them flare out or wing in a little bit. And then reach for the sky. Swim the arms around behind you. Place the hands to the low back. Hug the elbows together as you lift your chest high. Breathe here. Very nice. 3 more breaths. Can you get tall or lift your chest up to the ceiling? Nice. To come out, lift yourself back up to a neutral spine. Swim the hands forward and kneel. Hips to heels. Of course, if kneeling like this is not great on a knee, you can sit on your bottom or adjust as needed. Take 1 more breath here, neutralizing your spine. And then let's do that again. Camel pose, rise up, reach tall. Swim the hands back. Hug the elbows close, lift up. When you've gone up as far as up will go for you, then it starts to go back. And if you'd like to take that a little farther, you can tuck the toes or keep them untucked and drop the hands toward the heels. This is important to be paying attention to yourself. What do you need? What will feel good? What will honor that intention of balance in your body? Give yourself 1 more breath here and then rise back up. Swim the hands forward, have a seat on the heels. Breathe. We'll do 1 more round of this back bend camel pose. Rise up into it. You know the path. Reach the arms high, hands to the low back, elbows hug in as you lift tall. As much as you're using your back and the focus is sort of obviously in the back in a back bend, this is a lot of core strength in the abs in the front. It's also a lot of legs. Are you actively using your quads and your hamstrings to support everything? Good. Take 2 more breaths, maybe soften somewhere. Find that effort and ease balance. Looks great. Rise back up. Swim the hands forward, and this time down all the way, slow and steady, to a child's pose. Letting that lengthen out your spine. Breathe. And then from this child's pose, bring yourself forward, lay down on your stomach. We tend to do a lot, well, I should say, in my teaching, I tend to forget about stuff that's laying down on your belly. So today we're going to do some stuff on the belly with the goal of building some strength in the back and the shoulders. This might also be really beneficial if you're someone who sits at your computer all day and you're getting really sore in your upper back and shoulders. So we'll zip the legs together, press the toenails down into the mat, interlace your hands right above your bum, and then stretch the arms straight back towards your feet. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Breathe here, lifting. For 5, 4, feel those muscles in your back. 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Bring a cheek to the mat, maybe a little wiggle of the hips. And then turn your head the other way. Let that side of your neck rest for a moment. Good. All right, bring your forehead back to the center. Interlace your hands behind your head this time. And then think about your elbows doing the lifting here. Reach the elbows up to the sky, then lift your head, your neck. Try to get your whole rib cage off the mat if you could. Look out and up, breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. I don't know about you, but my back muscles are like disgusted with that. Turn your head the other way, stretch that side of your neck. Good. And then bring your hands in next to your rib cage. Tuck your toes, press yourself straight up for a high push-up, and back to down dog. Breathe nice and big here. One more inhale. One more exhale. Good, and then let's take the right leg high up to the sky. Bend the knee. Let the knee lift up nice and high, stretching through the hips and the legs. And then a half pigeon. Bring the right foot forward towards the top of the mat. Your shin will lie down across the front edge. Your hands come back towards your hips. Let gravity help you settle down into it. And then you can forward fold if that feels nice. Good. If this pose is just not a good option for you today, maybe something hurts, or it makes you never want to come to yoga again, we can do this pose on the back as well. So I always like to offer this alternative option, which is less intense. It gives you a little bit more control. Good. Wherever you are, let's take 5 more breaths. Last big inhale. Great big exhale. Very nice. And then press yourself up and back. Find your way to a down dog. If you chose the variation on your back, you can stay on your back and maybe just wiggle a little bit and then switch sides. If you're here in down dog, lift that left leg high, bend your knees, stretch things open for a moment. And then set up your half pigeon on the left. Left leg comes forward. Find center between both hips, lift your chest tall, and melt your way down into it. With all of that effort that you poured into that very physical moving practice so far today, can you balance that with softening, letting go, some release here? We'll take about 3 more big breaths. Very nice. If you're in half pigeon, start to lift yourself up, and you can press back to down dog, but we're just going to meet on our seat in a moment. So your choice if you want that down dog just to feel balanced. Otherwise, have a seat. We'll all meet here with legs out front. Good. Reach up nice and tall. On an inhale, lift your chest high. Exhale, forward fold. Let yourself drop down over your legs. Rise back up on your inhale. Reach the arms forward, round your spine like the letter C, and lay all the way down. Make sure you've got room behind you. When you arrive on your back, take a big stretch. Arms up, feet reaching long. And then exhale, hug the knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Release your head back down. Open your arms wide like a T. Drop your knees over to the left. And turn to look all the way over towards your right hand. Two more breaths here. Come back through center with the knees. Drop them to the right. Turn your head, look to the left. Come back to center. Hug your knees, curl into a little ball, chin to chest. And then exhale, take up as much space as you can as you release for Shavasana. Allow the legs to go as wide open as they like. The arms can be out by your side or up above your head. Find somewhere that you can lie still and settle in. Bring balance back to the breath, matching the inhales and the exhales. We'll take about 5 more breaths. And then before you change anything, just notice, how are you? How is your body? How is your mind? How's your spirit? When you're ready, invite some movement back in. Allow yourself to turn onto one side, coming into a fetal position, your head maybe resting on your arms. Balance. How can you continue this intention of balance off the mat? Circle back to it throughout your day as needed. When you're ready, rise back up to seated. Eyes can close, hands can rest at your heart. And we'll take 3 breaths together to end our practice. We inhale, we exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Bowing forward, we honor this practice of yoga for all it has to teach us. Mind, body, spirit, on the mat and off. Thank you all so much for sharing practice today.